Do you have a love-hate relationship with money, human? Hi, it's me again, Ginger. I was just passing by, hoping to find some food, when I spotted a book. Normally, I'd keep walking, but not today. Because today, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to channel Yoda and share valuable lessons I found inside. So sit tight, because for the next few minutes, you're getting the serious version of me. Here you go, humans. Let's have some serious money talk. You need this. Silent. We should all be.
Today, we're jumping into a book that's less of a how-to and more of a why-to. It's called Your Money or Your Life. And trust me, this isn't your typical finance guide about budgets and spreadsheets. It's really a philosophy for completely redesigning your life, helping you see it as one big, connected whole. So, here's our roadmap. First, we'll look at something called the money trap. Then, we're going to totally redefine what money is. After that, we'll walk the path to independence, see how to visualize our progress, and finally, we'll land on this amazing concept, the freedom of having enough. Let's just start with a question that gets right to the point. Is your life whole? I mean, really think about it. Does your job, the stuff you buy, your relationships, what you believe in, does it all fit together? If you're hesitating even a little, you've just hit on the exact problem this whole philosophy is built to solve. You know that feeling of being a little out of sync? Well, a lot of it comes from what the book calls the money trap. So many of us feel stuck, like we're on a treadmill, because we're using an old, totally broken roadmap for our lives. The rules just don't work anymore. The book has a great name for this, the not-so-merry money-go-round. Think about it. It's not just the 40 hours at your job. It's the time spent earning money, spending it, and, let's be honest, worrying about it. The whole point is supposed to be living, but somehow the earning part has completely taken over. So you've really got two choices here. The old roadmap is built on this idea that more is always better, right? But it just traps us in a cycle of debt and feeling dependent. But there's a new path, and this one is all about unhooking your brain from that constant consumer pressure and finding out what real freedom actually feels like. So how do we get on that new path? Well, it all starts with one single, incredibly important shift in how you think. It's about redefining money and understanding what you're actually trading for it. And here it is. This is the big one. Money equals life energy. It's not just paper or digital numbers on a screen. Money is what you trade the hours of your life for, your precious, finite time on this planet. So every time you spend $1, you're literally spending a piece of your life. Okay, let's make this real. Imagine you take home $1,000 a week. And let's say you work a 40-hour week. Quick math, that's $25 an hour. Seems straightforward, right? Well, what if I told you that $25 an hour isn't your real wage? Not even close. See, this is where that old roadmap totally fails us, because we're not counting all the hidden costs. To get your real wage, you have to add in all the extra time and money that your job costs you. Things like commuting, your work clothes, grabbing lunch, even the time you need to just decompress when you get home. In this example, that's another 22 hours and $170 a week. So you're not making $1,000 for 40 hours. You're actually making $830 for 62 hours. Your wage just plummeted from $25 an hour all the way down to $13.38. Big difference, right? Okay, so once your mind is kind of blown by that calculation, you're ready to get on the path to independence. The book lays out this whole 9-step program, and we're going to look at the first few crucial steps right now. The whole thing starts with these 3 big steps. First, you make peace with the past. That means figuring out your real net worth. Second, and this is the big one, you start tracking every single cent that comes in or goes out. The most important rule here, no shame, no blame. This isn't about judging yourself, it's just about awareness. And third, you put it all on a chart each month, but instead of just seeing dollars, you see the hours of your life that you spent. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Tracking every penny, that sounds awful. But listen to this. This is from someone who's been doing it for 14 years. She says tracking is what let her design this amazing life, living half the year in Europe. See, it stops being a chore and it becomes a tool of empowerment. It's how you design the life you want. So how do you stay motivated with all this tracking? Well, the program has a genius solution. It's a really powerful visual tool that makes your progress totally tangible. You make a wall chart. Seriously, it's a big graph you hang on your wall, and every month you plot two simple lines, your total income and your total expenses. That's it. It's right there in your face every day, giving you this constant visual feedback on your choices. And what happens over time is pretty amazing. As you become more conscious of your spending, that expense line just naturally starts to drop. Not because you're forcing yourself to budget, but because you stop wanting to trade your life energy for stuff that doesn't really make you happy. And a funny thing happens to the income line. It often starts to go up because you start to value your time more. As that gap between your income and your expenses gets wider and wider, you start getting really close to the final destination on this new map. And that destination is the incredible freedom of having enough. It even has a name, the crossover point. So, what is the crossover point? It's that magic moment. It's the quantifiable point in time when the money you make from your investments and savings is more than your monthly expenses. It's the moment you're free. You no longer have to work for money ever again. But, and this is so important, financial independence is not the same thing as being rich. Being rich is usually about this endless chase for more. Financial independence is different. It's about having enough. It's that deep internal feeling of peace you get when you're free from worry, free from debt, and free to live a life that actually aligns with your values. This also means we have to redefine the word frugality. It gets a really bad rap, right? But it's not about being cheap or depriving yourself. It's about enjoyment. It's about getting the absolute best value for every single minute of your life energy. It's that feeling of having not too much, not too little, but everything being just right. The book sums up the whole psychological trap of consumerism with this one perfect sentence. You can never get enough of what you don't really want. When we chase things that don't truly matter to us, it's a hunger that can never be satisfied. And that leads us to the final and really the most important question of all, the one this whole journey is designed to help you answer. If you were totally free, if you didn't have to trade your time for a paycheck, what would you do with your precious life energy?
Okay, back to being the ginger you know. Hungry and wandering. Time to go. Until then, like this. Or give me a heart and subscribe so I can sneak back with more smart takeaways. Ciao.